Welcome to the Long Run with Joel and Christy. I'm Joel.
And I'm Christy.
What are we doing today?
It's time for us to go over our goals for the month.
All right, let's do it.
Okay. All right. So I said the goals for the month. We did do a video yesterday, which was our budget goals, but this one is going to be our health
goals. I got 3 or 4 goals here. I want to run a sub 20-minute 5K, which will be coming up. My attempt at that's going to be coming up later in the year on Thanksgiving Day at the Turkey Trot up in Oviedo. Run 200 miles in a month. I did that back in February, so that one's done. Run 2,023 miles in 2023. I'm slightly behind, but I'm catching up with the marathon and everything last month. I took some time off, and so I got a little bit behind. So
got that taper before, and then after you have to do a break, or well, you should.
Yeah. So anyway, I'm getting back on that. So I'll be catching up here pretty soon. And then 500,000 steps in a month. I did that in January, so I'm looking to maybe do 600,000 steps this month. We're doing the steps challenge for Derek's Journey, and I'm looking to do maybe 600,000 steps. I have another goal to read 12 books. I started reading. I've been reading a book that I started in March, read it through April, and I just finished it a couple days ago in May. But it's called 11/22/63 by Stephen King. If you never read that book, I would highly recommend you do that. It's pretty interesting. If you know anything specific about the date or the title, which is a date 11/22/63, then you'll know that was the day that President John Kennedy was assassinated, and it's a really good book. I don't want to give away any spoilers, but it's a really good book. You should get it and read it.
This was a reread for him.
Yeah, I've read that like 2 or 3 times. It's like 800 pages, and I've read it like 2 or 3 times over the last few years. So I try to read it at least once a year. So that was the book that I did in April. And then May, I haven't really chosen my May book yet, but that'll be coming up pretty soon. And it'll be something that I can get done for the end of May. So the Project 50 Challenge, we're doing that as well. Get up by 6 a.m., which I already do that anyway. 1 hour, no distractions. Do that as soon as I get up. An hour, no distractions, no email, no social media, no nothing for the first hour that you get up. And then I do other things, like I do my solitaire game, or I do my and you say solitaire would be a distraction, but it's not, because it's something I do every morning. It's in my morning routine. 10 pages in a book. Doing that. A new skill. I'm still trying to learn Spanish. I'm also taking a little course in electronics online, so I'm doing that as well.
Not as in electronics, like video games. It means like
like electrician.
Electrician, yeah.
5 is exercise. I do that at least 30 minutes every day. An hour. I'm sorry. I do an hour. I run at least 8 miles every day, so except for Fridays, and then usually get out and walk. And then healthy-ish diet. Healthy for me is moderation and not demonizing food. So I eat those things and then run them off. And then journaling. I haven't started that yet, but that is part of it as
well. Okay. So my goals in April, because we traveled so much and stuff, I didn't even track any of that stuff. Did you?
No.
I didn't pay attention to how many steps I was getting. In March, I was trying to get 9,000 steps every day as an average for the month. Like that, I would average 9,000 per day, and I didn't. No, that was during the March Steps Challenge. Yeah, I may have gotten exactly that. But anyway, so this month I am going to try to average 9,000 steps every day. So far, I've gotten 10,000 every day. This is like the 7th.
Yep.
Yeah, May 7th. So far I'm on track. Strength train 4 days a week. I hadn't done that at all. Got to get back on that. Start morning with a healthy breakfast. Been pretty good with that. 3 days per week. Intermittent fasting, and I'm doing pretty good with that. And doing it every day. Dinner meals was to like just incorporate some vegetable options as opposed to carb options. This not a low carb diet. I just mean like instead of doing white rice, I might do cauliflower rice so that I have a veggie instead of just a plain starch. Hope that makes sense. Not on a low carb diet. Not that there's anything wrong with that. Feel like I have to explain that every time. All right. So that was the plan there. And also, I will tell you that the day before you see this on Thursday, I have a dentist appointment, and I'm having a problem with a tooth, and so who knows what I'll be eating on Friday when I see. I've gotten a lot of soft. I bought a lot of soft food when we got groceries in case I can't eat anything and it hurts for a couple of days. We'll see. But anyway, so I have the book that I read for April was Matthew Perry's book, and finished that. And I think that now that I finished that book, we're going to donate it or something because it needs. It needs to be in the hands of people that actually are having a problem or an addiction. And my May book is going to be another Scott Pratt book. You may be familiar with that from some of our previous health goal videos where we talked about reading his books. He was an author who lived in Tennessee, and we used to live in Tennessee in that area. So some of the settings in his books are actually in places that we've actually lived, so it's kind of cool to read it. So this is another series that I started. This one was the Darren Street series, and so I'm almost finished with it already because I actually started this at the end of March when I had plenty of time. So now I'll be finished with that in a few days, and I'll probably be looking for another book or either go on the same book or something like that in the series. The Project 50 challenge for us is the same. I'd like to say that I've already, like, coming out of the gate, I'm waking up by 6 a.m., but this morning it was like 7:15, but I got a late bedtime, and so if I'd have still gotten up at 6, that would have been like 5 hours, and I'd been exhausted all day and sleeping on the couch. So one way or the other, I was going to end up getting sleep. So anyway, other than that, I've already discussed my healthy diet, which is, the things I just said. So, and that is all of our health goals.
Yeah, drop us a comment below and let us know what your goals are for the year. If you haven't set any yet, it's never too late to do that. Go ahead and set some goals that you'd like to reach this year, and then start do little increments every day. Start reaching those goals and see what you can do. See what you can push yourself to do. That's going to do it today for the Long Run with Joel and Christy. I'm Joel.
And I'm Christy.
Don't forget the long run. Give yourself a little grace.
Bye.